Hi, everybody. I'm Reverend Dave Schpok. I am delighted to be back at New Thought Philadelphia. As Bill had mentioned, I was a co-founder of New Thought Philadelphia, and I am now an itinerant minister providing relief services to area ministers wherever I can, because I know this job can require a weekend off once in a while. I'd like to say Happy Father's Day and to add my best wishes to everyone for their Father's Day time, if you are a father or have a father. I lost my father about a year ago. He transitioned, and it's a little bit of a sad as well as joyous time, knowing that that eternal spirit is ever moving forward. But I bless everyone and remind you that the Father within is what does the work. So I had this title. I'm playing with new, first of all, I'm playing with new Zoom stuff here. I've actually got a timer. Bill will be grateful for that on the side of my screen. It's a new gigs. I love it. But this is a time in which I find that I am somewhat overwhelmed with the external events of the moment. Um, that and also the realization that of these new thought philosophies, these new thought beliefs, that we are one. So as we move through this moment in time, this political upheaval, this point of decision, I find myself pulling back a little bit and remembering that this too is God expressing, not just through me, for we are truly all one. And in that oneness, those people, them's over there, are also one with me. So there's this infinite creative power, this infinite source from which we are all emerging. And this is true of everybody. So when we separate ourselves into us and them, we are immediately denying the reality of what the truth is. What we're really doing is we're moving around within the one. We're allowing ourselves to have this moment of choice on how we choose to express that inner divinity into this moment of experience. See, I have this problem that I have a tendency to live in the future or the past, right? I don't know if anybody else gets this situation, but I wake up in the morning and my mind, before meditation, says, let's go over here and plan that day. What are we going to get done today? What do I have to do? What did I not do yesterday? And then I'm back into yesterday. It's like, what did I do yesterday? And then the day before that, and the day before that. And then I'm looking at it and saying, what was I doing when I was 5? And it all piles in and says, pay attention to me, pay attention to me. And then it occurs to me that the reality is that none of that no longer exists. The past is done. It exists only as a memory. The future has yet to be and is open to alteration. So I am left in this moment to make a choice, as we all are left in this moment to make a choice. How will I express my being today? So I often think about this saying that ministry is about comforting the afflicted and afflicting the comfortable. So this is going to be a little bit on the afflicting the comfortable side. Um, if we do not choose to move when movement is required, we are complicit in what is happening. And in that, I'd like everybody to just take a moment in this very moment and realize that bombs are dropping on people right now. Children are being killed. People are starving to death. And joy is happening, and compassion is unfolding, and love is expressing. For when we look at the big picture, all of this is happening within this infinite spirit right now because it's a full boat affair. We get it all. And we have a choice. And in my opinion, a duty as New Thought practitioners, as followers of a philosophy which realizes that all of these unfolding things begin in an idea, begin in how we think about this God presence within and express it into the world. And it's up to us to choose how that expression is going to unfold. So there is an infinite power that has everything that is required to unfold our deepest desires, our greatest ambitions, our worst fears. We stand at a balance point in every single moment of choosing whether we are going to be fearful or whether we are going to be courageous, whether we are going to trust and have faith that a power of love is the essence of all that is, that there is a creative intelligence that is expressing this for the upliftment of life, or to choose hate in all of its forms of isolation and separation and the illusion that something is other than me. Because it's very difficult to be a new thought practitioner and believe that there is any other. I don't know about anybody else, but I fall into that trap, usually on the road. Often when I watch the news, how can they do that? And I invite everybody, the next time you find yourself in this situation, rather than how can they do that, ask yourself, how can we do that? How can we, as this unified expression of the consciousness of the infinite intelligence and love, express in this way in this moment? And the question might arise, what do we do about all of this? We do what we can. And how do we determine that? We have to actually decide what it is that we believe in. What do we truly believe in? Are these just words when we say we are one? Are they just words when we say love is all there is? Are these words when we turn away from a situation but express verbally compassion? Or are we living the beliefs that we say we believe? So I too was at the rally yesterday in the march. It was great. It was wonderful. Michelle, I'm sorry we didn't catch up with you, but I don't know. In 80,000, it was a little hard to find everybody. I did run into Bill and Breen, which was really great, you know? And I was so taken by the activity of all of these people coming out for their various reasons, because there were many reasons, as opposed, which you could find out by watching the placards go by, and some of them were quite amusing, and others were like, "Yeah, that's a little extreme for me, but I understand where you're coming from." And everybody's out there, but they want to express in a peaceful manner that something better can come forward from this moment right now. And I was so struck by these idea is that you cannot hate your way to love. You cannot fight your way to peace. And the saying that Ernest Holmes had of "let me stand for something and against nothing" was resounding in my mind all of yesterday. I wanted to stand for love, compassion, peace, equality, and I believe from the deepest part of my being that we can do that, despite other people's belief that guns and force are supreme. However, we express this infinite intelligence in us, we have the ability to come up with a new idea of how we are going to express in the world to advance the acceptance of love, the acceptance of compassion, the acceptance of abundance, the acceptance of equality, of all of the good that is available to each one of us on an individual level, on a societal level, and on a global level. For me, I have difficulty. It's not that I can't. I have difficulty praying for world peace because I have difficulty seeing how that looks. Some can. Bless you. Please continue. We need those prayers. I limit myself to the just outside the edge of my belief system, like my belief plus 10% better, as Reverend Bill likes to say, in those areas where I have difficulty actually knowing the truth. And this is what New Thought allows us to do. We can find the place which is the boundary of our belief about something happening for the good of all involved. And we can push it just a little bit. And hence, my belief muscle gets a little bit stronger when I see that unfolding. And when it doesn't unfold, I remind myself that Holmes says the most effective practitioner of this science is the one who is persistent. It's a given. Practitioners say, how long do you pray? You pray until there is a result. So we have an effective method of prayer that allows us to recognize a truth that is already existent in the infinite good of God and bring it into this physical expression by the power of our thought and the clarity of our thought and the belief back of it that we're not the ones doing the work. We're just pointing the direction, and it is the Father within doing the work. The infinite power with an infinite law that has all of the intelligence to bring about the newness that we desire to see in this world now. And what I have found over the years of doing this is that this only works effectively for me when my thoughts and my words and my deeds align. Because otherwise, there is something between me and the actual belief that this is already happening within the oneness of God that is counteracting the good thought, the power of that thought. So as we move forward from this moment into, wait, this moment and this moment and this moment, we have the opportunity to take the idea we had and either change it because it no longer serves us and is life negative to something that is life positive to the grandest ability of our imagination to bring forward into the world that love, that compassion, the awareness of the abundance, the equal distribution of that abundance, the good, the equality of we are all one, expressed in all of our interactions. The love that we wish to see in the world expressed through us, as us. The positivity and activity of God itself unfolding right now in each one of us. The power of that ripples outward when you bring somebody joy and light and love. They turn around and bring more to the world. And that's how we overcome the negativity. We get together because wherever two or more are gathered, or 80,000, the power is there. We find peace individually so that we can be peace in community. For I cannot personally hate my way to love or fight my way to peace. And I don't think any one of us can. So as long as we stand in opposition to something, as opposed to for something, all we're doing is running up against a brick wall. Because opposition is a fight. We don't have to like any given part of what's going on. And that's true for the other people too, because they is us. But we do have the opportunity to stand for something. And that was my purpose of being in Philadelphia yesterday, to stand for the purpose of love, for the purpose of compassion, for the purpose of equality, for the purpose of the unity of life unfolding now. For there is enough of all. There is enough love. There is enough abundant goods. There is enough compassion. There is enough energy. And there certainly is enough God. Namaste.